Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman, number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman, number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward, number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman, number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman, number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman, number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward, number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward, number 16, Braden Harris. Forward, number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman, number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward, number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward, number 27, Grant Fugner. Forward, number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie, number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie, number 31, Luke Scanapieko. Forward, number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward, number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward, number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward, number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward, number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, Blues fans. We are live here in Chicago for Game 4 of the Mission Showcase. Your St. Louis Blues will take on the LA Junior Kings in this matchup. Sorry, was watching something. Kings finished last year top 10 in the country, so Blues looking to come out fast against this high-powered offense that LA has. They're going to send out Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pair to start. Schneider, Fugner, looks like we have some line changes here. Schneider, Crowley, and Bowers will be the offensive line. And they switch defense, so Miniman Peterson will come out and start this game. So Schneider, Crowley, Bowers up front, Miniman Peterson, the defensive pair, and we are ready to get this game started. Luke Scanapico will be the Blues goaltender for this matchup. Face off won by the Blues. It goes back to Miniman. He's going to chip it up the boards. It deflects off the stick of the Kings player. They come away with it. They go far side, picked off by Crowley. He tips it forward. His pass to Schneider gets intercepted. Crowley picks it up in the Blues zone, skates across the red line, gets knocked off of his stick. Schneider back checks on his guy, pushing the outside. Miniman picks up the loose puck, able to push it behind the Blues net to Peterson. Peterson hits Crowley on the sideboards. He's got a man on him immediately. They're just going to chip it back in deep. Peterson and Miniman both go for the puck in the corner. Peterson backs out. Schneider forechecking. Miniman grabs the puck, chips it forward to Crowley. Crowley tries to hit it to Bowers just out of his reach, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing. So 16-13 left here in the first. Blues will have their first defensive zone face-off. It's going to come to the left of Scanapico. Blues send out Giorgio, Blanchard, and Harris. So we have another new line. And then we have Brooks and Rubis, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Blues. Rubis takes it behind the net, gets it knocked off of his stick. Kings put it through the crease, nobody home. Harris picks it up. He crosses in the neutral zone. He's going to go far corner on the dump, and Blanchard gives chase on the forecheck. Harris picks up loose puck behind the net. He takes a hit. Kings come away with it. They throw it hard off the boards. That's going to go all the way down. They wave off icing for some reason, so Brooks has to chase it all the way down behind the net. Rubis helps him out as he gets hit. He sends it hard up the boards. Blanchard's there for it. He chips it out of the zone. That's going to go back into the Kings zone, not far enough for icing, so Harris forechecks it behind the net, knocks it off the stick. Kings goaltender tips it to his other defenseman, and then their exit pass is stopped. Blanchard puts it back in deep. Giorgio gets chased as his line mates go for a change. Giorgio breaks up the play, hits his man behind the net, knocks him down. Kings come away with it. Up the boards they go again. They send it all the way down, and that's going to go all the way down for icing. Blues finish their line change. This line did not change, so we have Spatansky, Wessel, and Boyer up front with Malachi Smith and Komodoski as the defensive pair. Offensive zone face-off to the right of the Kings goaltender is won by the Kings. Boyer ties him up, though, steals the puck back. His pass back to the point is stolen and then deflected out of the Blues zone. They're going to say that hit a player on the Kings bench when really it was in Patty's midsection, and we'll do it again from the right of the Kings goalie. Face-off won by the Blues. Komodoski picks up the point. He skates it in, goes far side to Smith, bounces on Smith. Here comes the Kings 2-on-2 back towards the Blues zone. Boyer back covering. Long shot, wide of the net, goes all the way to the point. They put it back in deep, tip it to the sideboards. They try to go to front. Boyer tips that off. He tips it forward to Wessel. Wessel, one-on-one, back into the King zone. Makes move, gets around one, brings it to the net, gets hit. Tries to put it to Spatansky in the high slot, misses him, and the puck comes all the way back out to the Blue zone. Komodoski circles in his own zone. He goes far side, hits Boyer. He tips it forward. Luke Wessel now on the forecheck. Overskates his man. Here come the Kings back the other way. They're going to chip it back into the Blue zone. Malachi Smith with a good stick knocks that down. Puck comes back, and it's going to go back in off sides against the Kings.
Good boy.
So another new line here. Looks like we're going to have Fugner playing center with Bauer and Zilm on the wings. Face-off won by the Kings. Goes back into their own zone as their defenseman couldn't corral it. Good step up by Fugner, takes that puck away. He circles in the corner, goes back to Miniman on the point. Miniman takes a shot, hits off the stick, goes far corner. Bauer gives chase, breaks up the exit pass. Finally, Kings are able to clear the neutral zone. Miniman tips it to Peterson. Peterson reverses, and a big hit by Bauer turns the puck over to Zilm. Zilm gets it to Fugner. They bobble the puck a little bit. Kings take it away. They put it far corner. Kings reverse behind their own net. Pass up the sideboards is out of his reach, goes right to the point. Peterson takes a shot, deflects off something, goes far corner. Fugner battles for it, tips into the corner for Zilm. Zilm to Fugner, Fugner to Bauer. He takes a shot, tips just wide up the stick of the Kings player. And here come the Kings back out to the neutral zone. They clear forward. Miniman steps up, hits his man. Kings still control. They put it in deep. Peterson picks it up. Blues start to make a change. Pass to Bowers off the mark, goes wide. Shot on net, and it's behind all the Blues players. Nobody sees it. Ian Bowers tips it out of the way. They send it out to the point. Bowers steps up in front of the shot, so they take a pass. Peterson picks up loose puck behind. They wrap it up hard, hits off the stick of a Kings player, and you got two Blues chasing. Drop pass, goes to Sheridan. One-timer shoots, he scores! Beauty of a play. You've got Bowers and Bauer both heavy on the forecheck, cause a turnover. Ian Bowers hits a streaking Schneider in the slot, and he buries it at 12:52 left here in the first to put the Blues up by a goal. So Schneider from Bowers and Bauer to put the Blues up by a goal. That boy's got a grin on his face the size of Ronald McDonald. Let me tell you, he is excited about that one. Kings win that draw. They take it back into their own zone. Their pass picked off by Bowers, and he gets it stripped off his stick. Schneider holds it there. They're unable to hold the zone, so Crowley takes it out to the defenseman. Rubis circles. He tries to go back to Brooks. A little miscommunication there as he was cutting. Blues take it back behind their own net. He's going to step out. He hits it off the skate of a Kings player, comes out to the neutral zone. They're going to turn it right back around, and they're offsides again. Brooks and a Kings player collided. Blues are going to make a line change. They send out Giorgio, Blanchard, and Harris. Malachi Smith and Patty Komodowski, the defensive pair. This will be a neutral or a center ice face-off after that offsides against the Kings. Blues win the draw back to Smith. He gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski circles in his own zone and goes back to Smith. Smith hits a seam pass right to Harris right in the middle. He brings it in, drops it for Blanchard. Shot goes just wide. Komodowski's going to step up and hold that in on the sideboards. Gets it to Harris. Harris takes two hits in the corner. Blanchard's going to help him out. Giorgio stays high. Blanchard gets it to Giorgio, tipped off of his stick. Smith gets it from Komodowski. Long shot, tipped on net, and in the goal by Mason Blanchard. So Mason Blanchard tips one in on a shot from the point by Malachi Smith. So you've got Blanchard from Smith and Harris to put the Blues up 2-0 with 11:53 left here in the first period. That's goals in back-to-back shifts for the Blues, and they want to keep that momentum going. No change in line. Giorgio lines up for this face-off. Kings win it. They take it back to their own zone. They go D to D. They're going to skate it across the red line. They're going to drop it in deep. Malachi Smith has to chase it with one forechecker on him. Kings player takes the puck, sends it out to the point. Nobody open, so they just throw it back behind the Blues net. Malachi Smith chases it down far corner. Kings come away with it. They reverse behind the Blues net again. They put it in front. Wide open, saved by Scanapico, and then catches the rebound and stops that one as well. So good heads up, post-to-post goaltending by Scanapico as that puck scored it out far side. He was able to get over and keep it out of the net. Giorgio lines up for this defensive zone face off to the left of Scanapico. Komodowski gets the face off to Giorgio one, sends it behind the net for Smith. Smith hits Harris on a seam pass again. 2-on-1 for Blues. Here they come. Shot hits the side of the cage. Blues collide behind the net. Blanchard kicks it to Harris. He comes away with it. Tries to hit Giorgio in front. Hits a stick. Goes right to Blanchard. Blanchard gets tripped up. And Kings come away with the puck here as they come out 3-on-3 back with a good back check by Giorgio to break that up. They're not even able to get in the zone. Blanchard battles the man on the sideboard, tips it forward. It's hits off a hand, no hand pass, so they won't play it. Their pass out of the reach of their forward goes to Komodowski. Komodowski reverses. He goes far side to Smith. Smith trying to get it back out of the zone, able to do so under heavy pressure. Here come the Kings right back in. Luke Wessel steps up after being on the ice. Just coming on the ice, gets that puck away. He's going to go for a skates at him. Spatansky drops for Harris. He gets his stick lifted. Here come the Kings back 3-on-3 the other way now. And there they go. Good poke check by Peterson breaks that play up. Puck is passed back to Peterson by Spatansky. He circles, goes behind the net, hits something on the ice, bounces really high, so Minman has to give chase. He goes far side. His pass is picked off, but then Spatansky knocks it right back off the Kings player's stick. Kings regroup in their own zone. They go up the boards. Another good stick by Wessel breaks up that play. Spatansky picks up the loose puck, goes back to Miniman. Miniman up the boards. Gets intercepted by a Kings player, and it goes far corner. Peterson grabs it, sends it behind the net. Miniman carries that momentum and pushes it forward farther. And now Blues are regrouping behind their own net with Miniman in the puck. He goes to Peterson in the corner. Peterson reverses, gets a guy to look pretty silly. Gives it to Wessel. Wessel tries to chip it forward for Boyer, just out of his reach. Kings regroup again in their own zone. And here they come as the Blues start to make a line change. And they're coming 2-on-2 back into the zone. Good back check by Fugner. Holds that man to the outside. He's going to bring it out. Crosses the red line. Crosses the blue line. Circles up. Looking for a play. Nobody home. Drops it for Boyer. Boyer tries to go back to Fugner. It hits a skate. Rubis grabs it. Shot on net. Loose puck. Oh, squirts right through the crease. Boyer grabs it. He goes up the boards to Brooks. Brooks, long shot. Tips just high of the net. Kings have it. Wessel back behind the net. Fugner goes to help out. Kings come away with it. He turns. Good forecheck by Fugner. Holds him behind his own net. And here they come out of the zone. Their pass out of the way. Rubis just tips it for Fugner. He grabs it. He's going to put it right back in deep and then finish the line change as we now have Bauer Zilm on the ice. And their center, Schneider, just joins. Or I don't know what this line is. Another different line, whatever it is. It's on the ice is Bauer, Schneider, and Zilm. Schneider sticks down a puck, puts it back deep into the corner. Bauer chases. Brooks and Rubis, the defensive pair. Exit pass intercepted by Brooks. Shot deflects just wide, hits the outside of the post. Puck's in front of the net. Bauer grabs it, shot again, and finally the goaltender is able to cover it and get a whistle. Blues finish their line change. Bowers and Crowley will join their centerman Schneider. Defensive change also made. We have Malachi Smith and Komodowski coming on the ice. Blues lead this one 2-0 with 8:06 left here in the first period, out shooting the Kings 5-3. Face-off won by the Blues. Picked off by Schneider behind the net, tries tipping it forward. He gets knocked down, gets it to the far corner. Ian Bowers is there for it. Crowley helps him out. Crowley grabs the puck. He's going to just put it in deep. Schneider chases behind the net. He hits his man. Puck goes far corner. Komodowski pinches, causes them to turn it over to Smith. Kings come away with it. Crowley hits his man. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Schneider wipes out, blows an edge. He gets up. He's going to chase it. Crowley on the forecheck. They go D-to-D in their own zone. Their pass tipped off the stick. Schneider hits his man, breaks that up. Komodowski brings it in, takes a hit. His pass into the neutral zone is intercepted by the Kings. They turn it back around, tip it forward. Bowers picks it up. Him and Crowley coming in. Long shot, blocker saved by the Kings goalie. Crowley picks up the loose puck on the sideboard, gives it to Bauer. Bauer shot off the post. Kings goalie's dragging the net across the crease. And the net is way off. So probably no goal if this goes in, because he literally drugged the net a good 4 feet away from where it was supposed to be with his pad. It looks like it got stuck on the post. Blues send out a fresh forward unit. Giorgio, Harris, Blanchard up front. Defensive pairing is going to be Miniman and Peterson. Face-off won by the Blues, back to Peterson. He goes to his partner, Miniman. Miniman's just going to throw it off the backboards, try to get to come back in front. Kings pick it up. They go up the boards. Pass intercepted by Blanchard. Gives it to Giorgio. Giorgio to Harris. Looking for somebody. Nobody home. He takes a hit and holds it in the corner. Giorgio helps him out. Comes away with it, but he immediately has two Kings players on him. They take it from him. Kings bring it in. Peterson races for the puck. He puts it behind the net. It's going to go far side. Harris grabs it. He tries to give it to Giorgio. Intercepted by the Kings. Watch out. Long shot. Tipped down. That's a high stick if the Kings touch it, but Blanchard touches it first. Goes back into the corner. Puck's loose in front. Good step up by Harris. Knocks his man off the puck. Peterson gets the loose puck. Pulls it back behind the net. Miniman back helps. Throws it hard up the other way. Blanchard chases. Kings still control. They try to put it in front. Miniman has it. Drop pass to Peterson. Peterson hits Harris. Here come the Blues. Harris, he's going to skate it in, makes one move. He's just going to kind of waste some time. Hits Spatansky on a seam as he's fresh on the ice, and he is immediately covered by three Kings players. And then he blocks the pass out. Kings still control, though, and they bring it in. They're going to take a long shot. Pad saved by Scanapico. Rebound picked up by the Blues. Here comes Spatansky. Crosses the red line. Crosses into the blue zone, and Boyer can't hold up as we'll have an offsides. Face off won by the Kings. They go D to D in their own zone. They're going to cross into the neutral zone. They chip it up the boards, get it around Rubis. Brooks is going to chase it behind the net. He sends it hard off the boards, hits a couple things, including a ref. Blues fight for it now on the boards. That's Boyer. Puck gets tipped back to Brooks deep in the zone. He goes behind the net for Rubis. Rubis takes his minute to look around, see what he's got going on. A couple Kings players circle. He hits Wessel on the sideboards. Wessel hits Boyer. Puck bounces on his stick, goes right to the Kings defenseman. They go D to D in the zone. Then they're going to chip it up to the board. Rubis takes it off his stick, turns, hits him with the puck, and grabs it, and then he puts it back in deep. It's on net. Kings goalie plays it to his defenseman. Wessel, heavy on the forecheck, breaks up any zone departure as the Kings have to regroup. So Wessel intercepts another one, pushes it in deep. Him and Boyer go for a change as they complete this line change. Bugner on the back check with Rubis and Brooks back as the Kings bring it in. Zilm now on the ice with Bauer. And Kings come away with it. Good stick by Bugner, tips it out. Bauer has to retreat to grab it. He gets it, crosses the blue line. He tries to hit Zilm just out of his reach. Kings grab it on the sideboards. Good forecheck by Zilm, stops him from moving it. Bauer's helping him out, comes away with it. Zilm now steps back into the fray. The puck goes behind the net. Kings go far side with it. Bugner blocks that pass, blocks another pass, holds it behind the net. Kings grab it. They take it out the far side now as they couldn't get out the other way. And here he comes with speed, gets around Zilm, but Malachi Smith on a good step up, breaks that play up. Komodowski, his partner, grabs it. He hits Zilm far side. Zilm hits Bauer on a seam, and puck is picked up, but it is offsides. Blues finish their line change. Schneider, Bowers, and Crowley come out. Komodowski and Smith will continue their shift on defense with 3:41 left here in the first period. Face-off won by the Blues. Komodowski steps up, puts it in deep. Bauer heavy on the forecheck, goes behind the net, intercepts the pass, pushes it in the corner. Schneider hits his man, reverses it. Kings come away with it. While Schneider came away with it, his pass goes far side. Tip around, Komodowski fails. Finally, they're able to get it in deep. Komodowski picks off that pass again. Malachi Smith now gets it from him. They hit Schneider, and here come the Blues 3-on-2. He gives it to Crowley. Crowley shot blocked. He takes it behind the net. He reverses. Schneider picks up the loose puck, tries to hit Bowers in front. He has it bounce on his stick. Good pickoff by Bowers. Hits Schneider. Schneider's shot blocked. Bowers comes away with it. Schneider circles with it. Crowley has it. Bowers has it shot. No goal. Comes all the way out to the point. Slap shot fanned on by Smith is turned over to the Kings. Here they come back out. Crowley hits his man, and Komodowski picks off the pass. He's going to take it behind his own net. Circles. He's going to look. He hits his partner, Malachi Smith. Malachi Smith's going to skate it out. He goes far side for Bowers, hits off his skate. Kings take it away. Blues start a line change here. They get two fresh forwards out. Pass picked off. And as Giorgio tried to chip around a LA Kings player, their bench door was open and it went into the bench. Blues complete the change. Harris and Blanchard join Giorgio. Miniman and Peterson, the defensive pair. 2:24 left here in the first period. Blues up 2-0, winning, outshooting the Kings 7-4. Face off one by Giorgio, back to Peterson. He steps up the red line. He's just going to put it in deep. Kings goalie plays it behind the net. Almost took a weird bounce and came in front. They go D to D behind the net after that goalie pass. Their tip out of the zone, caught, shot on net. Glove saved by the Kings goalie with 2:08 left here in the first period.
Go Blues!
Face off one back to Peterson by Giorgio. He gives it back to Giorgio. Puck is tipped back to the point by the Kings player. Man, like 3 passes in a row there were deflected by both teams. Kings do now control it in their own zone. They go D to D at top of the circles. Their puck is tipped into the Blues bench on the neutral zone pass there. Sherm throws the puck back in. It's going to be a center ice face-off. No change in personnel for the Blues. Giorgio wins that draw back to Peterson. Peterson hits Miniman. Miniman back to Peterson in the Blues zone. He gives it to Harris. Harris crosses the red line, puts it in deep. Blanchard in on the forecheck. He hits his man. The puck is behind the boards. 2 Kings players converge. They push up to the sideboards. Long pass intercepted by Miniman and bounces back into the Kings zone offsides. Blues win that face off again. Peterson's going to step up across the blue line. He's going to keep skating. He gets hit off the puck. Harris goes to help him out. Kings come away with it, and they throw it far corner. Watch out. Kings got a player behind the Blues. Luckily, the pass was a mile high, so he couldn't control it, but they do still hold it in the Blues zone. They send it out to the point. Their pass is too hot to handle. Blanchard gives chase with the Kings defenseman, and the Kings get it, regroup in their own zone. They go D to D, and good step up by Peterson, holds him in the neutral zone. Harris helps him out, grabs it. He gets hit. Puck is thrown back in. Clearly an offsides, not called against the Blues. We'll take it, but just point out that they miss them both ways sometimes. Shot on net, stopped by the stick of Scanapico, goes into the corner. Rubis kicks the puck forward to Blanchard. Blanchard tries to hit Peterson just out of his reach. Peterson beats his man to the puck and just pushes it forward. I'm sorry, that's Brooks. Kings grab it. They go D to D in their own zone. Their pass is picked off by Rubis. Here come the Blues 3-on-2. He hits Wessel far side. He's got 2 men on him immediately, and he's just going to hold it in the corner, wait for help. Spatansky grabs it behind the net. He gets hit and knocked down. Wessel picks up the loose puck. His pass to the front's intercepted, and Brooks unable to hold the zone, and we get an offsides against the Blues. 12.2 seconds left here in the first period. Neutral zone face-off right next to the Kings bench. Face-off won by the Kings. They go D to D in their own zone with 8 seconds left. They chip it up the boards. Rubis steps up and breaks that up, puts it back to the neutral zone. And that's going to do it for the first period. Your Blues lead 2-0, out shooting the Kings 8-5 after the first period. And we will be back for the second period after no messages from anybody because we don't do sponsors. See you then. And we are ready to get the second period started here in Chicago for Game 4 of the Mission Showcase. Blues lead 2-0, out shooting the Kings 8-5. They send out Fugner centering Bauer and Zilm. Defensive pairing will be Brooks and Rubis. Kings goaltender was having a glove malfunction, so the refs waited just a moment. Very kind of them. Kings win that draw. They go D-to-D in their own zone. They send it out to the neutral zone. They're just going to put it in deep. Brooks is going to have to chase. Scanapico settles it behind the net and shoots it towards the corner. Bauer picks it up, tips it for Fugner. Fugner tips it around, and he's going to give chase all the way down into the King zone. Takes him behind the net. Zilm goes to help. They reverse. Passes out of the reach of everybody. Brooks takes a shot, pad saved by the Kings goaltender with 16:32 left here in the second period. Offensive zone face-off will be to the right of the Kings goaltender. No change in personnel for the Blues. Kings weren't liking what they saw, so they send out five new players. Fugner wins that draw back to Brooks. He skates the line, takes a shot, tipped on net by Bauer, saved by the Kings goaltender. Fugner hits his man in the corner. Bauer comes away with it, looking for a man. Takes it to the sideboards. He hits Rubis. Rubis goes to Brooks. Brooks going to step up, takes a shot. It's loose in front. Fugner there, and Kings goalie grabbed it. Bounced up a little bit, and he snagged it with his hand. Blues change their defensive pair. They send out Komodowski and Smith. Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm continue up front. Face-off was won, then canceled because the Kings player still wasn't off the ice yet. And for some reason, because their player wasn't off the ice, our center gets tossed. Kings win that draw. They're going to skate through the neutral zone. Fugner steps up, causes them to put it in deep. Komodowski picks up the loose puck in the blue zone, reverses after losing a glove. He gives it to Smith. Smith hits Bauer. Here come the Blues through the neutral zone. Bauer crosses the red line, puts it in deep, and they start the line change process. Schneider on the ice deflects the exit pass. It's going to go all the way down into the blue zone. Malachi Smith retrieves it. He's got men on him. Gets the puck to Bowers. That rolls on him. Long shot wide of the net. Komodowski gets tied up with a man. Crowley tips it back to him. Heads up now. Kings get it in front. Bowers comes away with the loose puck. He's going to go for a skate. Chips it forward off the Kings player to Crowley. Crowley now one-on-one into the corner with it. Holds his man up. Bowers comes in. He's going to hold the man there. So we got two Kings players, two Blues players battling for it. I like our odds with Bowers in there. He's bigger than all of them. Kings grab it. They go far side. Schneider's going to go on the board. Their pass is put all the way down. That should go for icing with 15:07 left here in the second period. Blues send out a fresh defensive unit. Peterson, Miniman will join Schneider, Crowley, and Bauer up front. Offensive zone faceoff coming to the right of the Kings goaltender. Face-off, won by Schneider. He pushes it into the corner. Crowley's there to help him out. Face-off won by, scrum won by the Blues. Comes back to Peterson. His shot's wide. Miniman grabs one, shoots it the other way. Misses the net, goes all the way to the sideboards. Bauer's there to pick it up. Schneider goes to help him up, hits his man. He holds two Kings players there. Bowers comes in to help out. Kings come away with it. Good step up by Peterson, holds it in the zone. Kings then come away with it. Heads up, 2-on-1 coming back. Schneider hustling to get back. Breaks up the play. Shot goes wide. Pass blocked in front. Heads up. They got the puck again. They go out to the boards. They hold. Long shot. Stopped by the stick of Crowley. They get it back. Send it far side. Long shot. Tipped on net. They put it back in front. Blues got to clear it. Schneider grabs it, and he's just going to chip it out, and that's not going to go far enough for icing, so they're going to be able to get a change in. Wow. Puck literally stopped less than a little bit after the line. They called it anyway. Wow. I think he could have probably got there. Blues send out Giorgio, Harrison, Blanchard up front. Rubis and Brooks, the defensive pair. 14:06 left in the second period. Blues up 2-0. Giorgio's going to take this draw to the right of Scanapico. Blues win the draw. Brooks picks it up behind the net. He hits Harris. Harris has it bobble on him. Kings try to put it back in deep. Brooks sends it right back up. Harris has it. He gets it picked off his stick. Here come the Kings 2-on-2 back in. And Kings clearly playing with much more urgency this period after a lackluster first. Giorgio grabs it behind the net, takes it up the sideboards, gets hit. Brooks picks up the puck. Giorgio back to help out again. Kings come away with it. And Brooks picks his pocket, gets it knocked off his stick. Rubis brings it out. His pass tips off a stick. The Kings player goes right to their forward and heads up. Here come the Kings back in. He's to the outside. Gets stepped up. Giorgio takes it off his stick. He goes behind the net. Harris picks it up, sends it to Rubis. Here comes Rubis and Harris 2-on-2. Oh, Rubis is passed to Harris just out of his reach. Rubis picks up the loose puck. His pass back is intercepted. And here come the Kings back to the neutral zone with Brooks and Spatansky back. Drop pass to the top of the slot, picked off by Blanchard. Spatansky gives it to Rubis. Rubis goes far side, hits Blanchard. Blanchard tips it in. They say he didn't tip it in, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. Blues complete the line change. Spatansky is joined by Wessel and Boyer. Komodowski and Malachi Smith, the defensive pair. Defensive zone face-off to the right of Scanapico is won by the Blues. Smith takes it to the sideboards. He goes behind the net for Spatansky. Spatansky hard up the boards, hits Boyer. Boyer has a man on him, and all he can do is push it back in the corner. Kings came away with it. One-time shot blocked by a Blues player. Comes all the way back to the Kings zone. Great forecheck by Boyer. Takes it away. He gets it to the front. Oh, Blues couldn't get it on their stick. And watch out. Here come the Kings back with numbers. Step up by Boyer dislodges them. They have to regroup in the neutral zone. Blocker saved by Scanapico as Malachi Smith comes away with it. He makes a move around the first guy. Here come the Blues 3-on-2. They lead man it to Boyer. Boyer pulls up, long shot, rebounds in front. Nobody home for the Blues. Kings come away with it. They go far side, pass deflected to Komodowski in the neutral zone. He turns in his own zone. He drops it for Spatansky. Spatansky, a one-touch pass to Smith. He circles. Here come the Blues back to the neutral zone. Malachi Smith in the lead. You got a 3-on-3. They give it to Wessel. Wessel's one-timer just wide. And Malachi Smith there with a loose puck. Can't get stick on it. And here come the Kings back to the neutral zone. Good play by Boyer to break that up, but it goes right back to the Kings. Long shot, goes a mile high. They pick it up on the sideboards. They're waiting for players as the Kings are making a change. Pass comes up to Bauer. Bauer tries to hit Fugner, and a seam player from the Kings cut right in the middle of that seam and took it away. Here comes Komodowski after regrouping. He goes far side for Wessel. That puck is way ahead of him, so that's going to go all the way down for icing. Blues finish the line change. Fugner centering Bauer and Zilm will be up front. Peterson and Miniman, the defensive pair. Face-off won by Fugner. Bauer clears the zone with it. He's going for a skate, crosses on the blue line into the King zone, tries to give it to Zilm. Deflects off his stick, goes on net, and the Kings goaltender covers it. We will have a offensive zone face-off to the left of the Kings goalie. No change in personnel for the Blues. Face-off won by the Kings. They bring it out. They try to get to the outside. Miniman keeps them there. They've got a man streaking. Good stick by Fugner or Peterson breaks that up. Fugner hits his man on the sideboards. Peterson pushes it back to the corner. Kings player takes it. Fugner hits him. Puck squirts to Miniman. Miniman gives it to Zilm. He's got Kings players all over him. Takes it back behind the net now, the Kings do. They put it in front. Shot and goal. Nobody covering the man in front. And the Kings player standing wide open puts it in over the glove of Scanapico. So 10:36 left here in the second period. Man got open in front, and the Kings pull it back within one. Blues send out the Schneider, Crowley, Bowers line with Rubis and Brooks on defense. Blues would like to get that one back pretty quick. Face-off won by the Kings. They bring it across the red line. They put it in deep. Scanapico settles behind the net for Rubis. He picks it up. Puck bounces on him. He gets it back. He tries to go far side. Puck's out of the reach, and Crowley in a race with the defender loses by about a half step, and Kings bring it back to the neutral zone. Crowley picks that off. He sends it back to Rubis. Rubis tries to hit Schneider just out of his reach. Kings grab it. They go off the boards. They tip it around Brooks. Rubis picks up the loose puck. He goes behind the net. Bowers is there. Picks up, drops for Schneider. Schneider tries to hit Crowley. It hits his stick, goes into the zone. He gets it around the first guy, gets around the other guy. Puck's loose. Shot by Schneider is blocked by the pad of the goaltender. Goes into the corner. Puck comes back out. Good pinch by Rubis. Holds it there. And Crowley picks it up. Drops it for Brooks. Brooks shoots. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Nobody knew where the puck was. It's up in the air. They take it back behind their own net. Schneider gives chase. Blues start the line change. And finally, they're able to clear. Brooks grabs it, puts it right back off the boards. Harris tips it forward for Rubis. Kings put it back. Another good step up by Rubis. Gets it to Harris. Here comes Harris. He's got Bowers. Bowers shoots. Glove saved by the Kings goaltender. So good offensive pressure on that shift. Couple good scoring opportunities. Couldn't get it into the back of the net, but the pressure going in the right direction again. Blues finished the line change. Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris up front with Smith and Komodowski as the defensive pair. Giorgio wins the draw back to Komodowski. He takes a shot through traffic, goes just wide. Blanchard's going to pick up the loose puck far side, sends it back to Malachi Smith. He settles the puck, sends it back to Blanchard. Blanchard behind the net for Harris. Harris up to Giorgio. Giorgio to the point. Long shot off the shin pad of a Kings player. Malachi Smith able to hold it in, sends it back to the corner for Harris. Harris gets a man on him immediately. Blanchard on the forecheck caused a turnover. Giorgio comes away with it, tries to hit Harris. Nobody home. Comes out to Komodowski. Komodowski to Harris. Puck picked off. Blanchard holds it in the zone, and here comes Giorgio. He gets it knocked off his stick. And now here the Kings come 4-on-2 back into the blue zone. Got to get back, boys. Drop pass. Shot. Blocker saved by Scanapico, goes to the far wall. And step up by Malachi Smith caused a turnover. Giorgio gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski has it roll on him. He turns, still battles. He's able to clear it to the neutral zone, and now the Blues give chase as Kings retrieve it at their own dots. Blues start the line change process as Blanchard goes off. The errant pass by Kings turned over by Wessel. He puts it in deep for Harris. Kings grab it. They go in deep. Spatansky fresh on the ice, holds it there, tries to tip it forward. He's battling three players on the boards. Wessel's right there watching. Puck comes out to Smith. Long shot, glove saved by the Kings goaltender as he saw it the whole way. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 7:43 left here in the second period. Blues lead 2-1. Offensive zone faceoff coming up to the left of the Kings goaltender. Blues finished their line change. Boyer now on the ice with Spatansky and Wessel. Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pairing. Face-off won by the Kings. They take it behind their own net. They try to hit a seam pass. That's blocked down by Boyer. Puck still comes out of the zone. Peterson grabs it. He puts it back on net. Caught the Kings goaltender not really paying attention, so he had to jump to grab that. Kings control. They reverse in their own corners. Spatansky on the forecheck. He passes behind the net. Good step up by Miniman. Holds it in. Puck goes to Spatansky in front. Can't control it. Goes right to a Kings player. And heads up. Here come the Kings 2-on-1. Boyer's back breaks that up. He tries to go far side. Has it knocked off his stick. So he's going to push it back to Peterson. Peterson hits Miniman. Miniman. He's going to skate it across the red line. Bring it into the zone. Kings player takes it from him, and here come the Kings the other way. Wessel covering back, tries to tip it to Peterson, heads up, and it's a breakaway. Great save by Scanapico again, keeps that. net is off, and so we get a whistle blown. So a little bit of a defensive breakdown there, causes a breakaway, but Luke Scanapico steps up and makes a hell of a save to keep this a 1-goal lead for the Blues. Blues send out Fugner, Zilm, and Bauer up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Blues. Brooks shakes off a hit, holds it in the corner. Fugner helps him out. Rubis grabs the loose puck. Rubis going to skate it behind the net. He's going to go high off the boards. That puck is going to go all the way down for what will likely be an icing, and it is. So we'll have a defensive zone face-off with 6:30 left here in the second period. To the right of Scanapico. Fugner's going to line up to take this one. He wins the draw. Kings take it away. They're going to skate it behind the Blues net. Fugner hits him. Puck comes in front of the net, and a Kings player bumps the side of the net, and we're going to have another face-off in the defensive zone, probably from the same spot. So we'll do it again from the right of Scanapico. Face-off won by the Kings. Shot just wide of the net. Bauer's going to fight for that on the sideboard. They send it back behind the Blues net. Rubis grabs it up the sideboards for Bauer. Bauer tries to tip it around. Kings still control. Rubis grabs it. He's going to try the other way now. Zilm's over there, catches a loose puck. He hits Fugner. Fugner tips it around. One man gets around, and it's a 2-on-1. Fugner shoots. Oh, what a save by the goaltender. Fugner grabs loose puck. Another shot. That one goes high. Bauer's going to battle for that one on the sideboards. Puts it in deep. Fugner goes for a change. Kings player lost a stick behind the net. Good forecheck by Zilm. Holds him up there. And pass picked off. Schneider's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Goes back to Rubis. Rubis to Brooks. Brooks back to Rubis. Rubis comes through. He's going to hit Crowley right across the red line. The Blues bring it in. Schneider cuts to the net. Crowley shoots, hits a pad. Schneider picks it up behind, puts it in front. Brooks there, shot, hits a player's leg pad. And Komodowski has to do it. Heads up. Long shot, blocker save. Brooks picks up the loose puck. He hits Komodowski. Komodowski hits Bauer. Bauer's going to skate it out through the neutral zone. Crosses the red line, tips it around a man. He gets held up a bit. Puck is gloved down. Blues grab it. Schneider comes in to help out Bauer. Sends it back to Smith. Smith puts it in deep off of the head of the Kings player and into the netting. I don't know if the ref saw that hit the Kings player, but they're talking about it, where it's going to be, and they agree it hit the Kings player, so it stays down in the offensive zone. It's going to be to the left of the Kings goalie. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front. Komodowski, Smith, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Blues. Back to Smith. Smith puts it in deep. Blues got to go for it. And Kings grab it. Schneider breaks that up. Knocks a stick out of the guy's hand. Schneider and Crowley now there with it. Puck squirts out. And Kings push it forward. Can't get it. And finally able to. Komodowski holds it in. Schneider's going to grab it behind the net. Looking for somebody. Hits Bowers right in front. Can't get the shot off. Good step up by Komodowski. Holds it in the zone. They throw it in deep. Schneider's going to cover the point as Como's back. And heads up. Oh, Schneider picks off that pass. Puts it back in deep. Should be no eye. I guess it was icing. I guess he was on the other side of the red line. And it's going to go all the way for icing. Blues make a line change here with 4:15 left in the second period. Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris up front with Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pair. Defensive zone face-off to the left of Scanapico. Blues are leading in shots 17-12, and they're up 2-1 in this game. This has definitely been a different period as the Kings have brought a different level of intensity to this. Pass by Miniman. Hits off the skate of a Kings player, able to clear the zone. Giorgio on a heavy forecheck pushes them deeper into the zone. Finally, Kings able to clear to the neutral zone. Here they come. Gets around Peterson to the outside. Shot to the front. Hits off the stick of Miniman. Goes wide. And now Kings still controlling. Long shot, glove save. It's in the middle of the crease here. Harry comes away with it, skates it into the Kings zone. He picks up his loose puck behind the net, goes behind looking for somebody, hits Miniman on the point. Miniman steps up, shot is off the block or off the shin pad. Miniman throws it back into the zone. Kings touch it, so no hand pass. Kings reverse behind their own net, hit by Giorgio. Puck comes up to the sideboards. Blanchard there, battles two men. Kings come out with it. Good stick by Peterson, breaks that up. The Kings still come away with men the other way. They got a man to the outside, far side, nobody home. Kings circle on the top of the circle. They're going to put it back in deep. Miniman's going to chase it far side behind the Blues net. His pass is fanned on. Kings get it back to the point. They go far side. Long shot blocked by the stick of Spatansky, who's fresh on the ice. Spin pass by Harris to Blanchard is out of his reach, so Kings reclaim it in the neutral zone. Their one-touch pass is off the mark, so they have to stop and regroup. They bring it back in, across the blue line. They skate to the center. Long shot off the skate of Peterson goes to Miniman. Miniman up the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard's pass is intercepted, goes to the front. Peterson grabs it in front, and finally Blues able to clear to the neutral zone. They need to get this puck deep because they need a line change back. Some of these players have been out going on 2.5 minutes. Harris takes a hit. He's able to push it forward. He's shaken up. Here come the Blues, or the Kings, I'm sorry. Watching Harry get up there. And Tyson Boyer picks off their exit zone pass. He's looking for somebody. He goes out to the point to Rubis. Rubis, long shot, deflected just over the crossbar. And Wessel over on the sideboards battles for it. Kings come away with it. And they've got numbers the other way as Boyer gets back to break up the 3-on-3. And somehow that puck went to a Kings player, and they get a shot on net and a glove save by Scanapico. I don't even see where the puck was. All of a sudden, it was in his glove. Blues complete the much-needed line change. Spatansky centering Boyer and Wessel up front. Rubis and Brooks, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Kings. They try to put it towards the net. It hits off the skate and goes wide. Rubis battles a man on the sideboards. Spatansky there to help him out. And Kings are going to take a penalty. Maybe two. So Kings are going to the box. And looks like they may have given Rubis a penalty. Nope. No penalty for Rubis, who was skating to the other zone. So Blues will go on the power play with 1:37 left here in the second period. They will keep Spatansky, Boyer, Wessel out to start this power play with Rubis and Brooks. Spatansky's going to take this draw to the to the left of the Kings goaltender. Draw is won by the Blues. Rubis is going to pick it up. He circles at the blue line. He hits his partner, Brooks. Brooks puts it behind for Boyer. Boyer sets up behind the net. Tries to put it off the goalie's backside. Puck gets to the front, and Spot gets a shot off, but the puck is blocked. Blues regroup in the neutral zone with Rubis. He sends it to Brooks. Brooks circles. He's going to go for a skate. Sends it far side to Boyer. He tips it into the zone. Boyer gives chase now. Knocks his man off the puck. Brooks there for it. It goes behind the other way, though. Wessel comes away with it. He hits Rubis. Rubis, long shot, tipped on net. Goes just wide. Kings try to clear far side. It's a bouncing puck, and they're able to do so. Rubis, with a quick move, stops. He's going to bring it back in now. Crosses the line. Looking for a man in front. Goes behind the net. Wessel picks it up. Blues had a prime opportunity there. Puck comes up to the sideboards. Wessel sends it back to the point to Rubis. Rubis hits Brooks far side. Brooks looking. Goes back to Rubis. Rubis back to Brooks. He's got room. Long shot just wide of the net. And Rubis can't have to hustle to hold this in the zone. Does so. Gives it to Wessel. Wessel skates it towards the center. He's got room. Shot. Goal! Wessel puts in a power play goal with 15.9 seconds left here in the second period to put the Blues back up by 2. And I didn't catch this when it happened, but that's actually it looks like they gave him a double minor for whatever he did down in the corner. So Blues will stay on the power play as we finish out the second period and start the third period. Yeah, I didn't even catch that. So the player for the Kings got a double minor. So they're going to readjust the penalty time down to 2 minutes. And Blues will spend the next 15.9 seconds to finish out this period on the power play. And then, unless we score, we will start the next period on the power play. And here come the Blues with 10 seconds. Bauer grabs it, shoots it towards the net, goes wide. Fugner picks it up. He sends it out to the point to Komodowski. Komodowski tries to pass to Malachi. That pass is picked off, and Kings get a partial break and get a shot off with about a second left. So after 2, Blues lead 3-1. We'll be back for the third period in about 20 minutes. We do scraping in between these periods. And Blues will start that third period on a power play for 1:45 seconds. Once again, enjoy these several minutes of blank air as nobody will be talking. We will see you for the third. And here we are, ready to start the third period. 17 minutes on the clock. Blues lead 3-1. Blues are going to start this third period on a power play. Minute 45. They send out Hugner, Zilm, Bauer up front, with Smith and Komodoski as the defensive pair. Face off, won by the Blues. It's going to go all the way back into their zone. Komodoski retreats to pick it up, skates it behind his net, reverses, sends it to Zilm. Puck bounces on him. He sends it back for Hugner. Hugner circles. He goes to Malachi Smith. Malachi Smith goes to Brandon Bauer. Brandon Bauer is going to skate it through the neutral zone, goes far side for Hugner. He's going to take it down the sideboards. He pulls up. He goes back to Smith at the point. Smith to Komodoski. Komodoski to Bauer. Has a tip on him. Gets the puck back anyways. Goes to Zilm. Zilm to Smith. Smith to Komodoski. Heads up. Man on him. Gives it to Hugner. Hugner reverses. Skates it towards the slot. Goes to Malachi Smith far side. Smith to Komodoski. Komodoski back to Hugner. Top of the circle. Shot on net. Saved by this Kings goaltender. Kings grab it. They flip it back out to the neutral zone. Komodoski to Hugner. Hugner back to Komodoski. They hit Zilm. Here comes Zilm. Gets it ripped off his stick. Hugner picks up in the neutral zone. He's going to go in. Gets around one man. Second man knocks it off a stick. Goes into the corner. Zilm holds his man up. Sends it out to Smith. And King's goaltender, with nobody anywhere near him, knocked the net off. And no goal. That's rough. It is what it is. But there was no Blues player anywhere near there, so the Kings obviously knocked that net off themselves. And we're going to do it as an offensive zone face-off to the left of the Kings goalie. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front. Schneider wins the face-off back to Peterson on the point, gives it to Miniman. Miniman, one touch back to Peterson. Peterson to Miniman, over to Schneider. Schneider has to settle it back to Peterson. Peterson to Schneider. One-timer whiffed on, goes behind the net to Bowers. Bowers circles behind the net. To Crowley in front, shot on, just misses. Miniman picks up the loose puck. He goes to Peterson at the point. Peterson, shot through, on net, pad saved by the Kings goaltender. Miniman pinches and holds it in the corner. Bowers picks it up. Blues got to watch out. They got a man coming out of the box and no defenseman back. Miniman grabs it, looks for somebody. He sends it to the front of the net, nobody home, heads up, and Kings exit pass is iced all the way down. Blues send out the Giorgio line. So Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard up front. A couple really good scoring opportunities to close out that power play. Couldn't get it to the back of the net, no. Peterson, Miniman continue on defense. Offensive zone faceoff coming to the right of the Kings goalie. It is won by the Kings. They send it behind their own net. They send it up the boards. Couldn't get a ton on it. Able to clear the zone. Miniman tips the pass, and it's a one-on-one. Peterson and Kings forward. Good play by Peterson. Breaks it up. He goes behind the net for Miniman. Miniman, his pass is errant and picked off by the Kings. Puck is loose. Goes back behind the net. Peterson grabs it. Goes up the sideboards to Harris. Scrum ensues. Puck squirts out. Miniman picks it up. He goes to Harris right down the seam. Harris has a man on him. Kings turn. Heads up. Here they come. One-on-one. Good stick by Rubis. Deflects that to the far corner. Blanchard grabs it. Sends it to Rubis. Rubis up to Harris. Harris gives it to Giorgio. Here they come back in. One move around, and LA picks off that pass. But rolls on them. Good pinch by Wessel, fresh on the ice, holds it there. Kings take it away after knocking him to the ice. Blues finish their line change. Here come the Kings in. Good stick by Rubis, breaks that up, and Boyer takes the puck away. He's going to skate it across the red line into the Kings zone. Towards the front of the net, on net, goes just wide, picks up his own rebound, sends it behind the net to Wessel to Brooks. Shot on! And the puck is loose in front, and no, I don't know what they called, but they are taking the face-off all the way down to the blue zone. And I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't know why. I don't know of a rule that brings it all the way down.
Matt.
Hey, Matt, What's the rule? Why'd it come all the way down? Oh, they called a high stick. I didn't even see him put that symbol up. So a high stick by the Blues, which that would be a face-off that comes all the way down. So thank you, Matt, for that. Appreciate it. A long shot by the Kings, blocked by Spatansky. And Wessel gets it, chips it up to Boyer. Boyer gets it around, and Kings goalie thought about playing it, but wisely decided to drop and cover it instead. So 13:21 left here in the third. Blues lead 3-1, outshooting the Kings 26-15. Spatansky, Wessel, Boyer up front. Spatansky wins that draw back to Brooks. Brooks takes a shot, deflects off the stick, goes behind the net. Spatansky gets it, pushes it forward. Wessel's there for it. He sends it out to the point to Rubis. Rubis goes to his partner Brooks. Brooks, long shot, deflects right onto the stick of Wessel. Shot towards the net. That's sticked aside by a Kings player. Good play by Spatansky, breaks up the zone exit, and Rubis puts it back in deep. Kings go D to D behind the net. Their exit pass is right to Rubis. He sends it to Brooks. Brooks goes to Wessel. Wessel gets it knocked off his stick. Heads up. Here come the Kings. Good play by Brooks. Breaks that up. And Boyer grabs the puck. He tries to go far side for Wessel. And that's going to go all the way down for an icing. Full line change for the Blues. Fugner with Bauer and Zilm up front. We've got Komodowski and Smith, the defensive pair. 12:38 left here in the third period. Face-off coming up in the defensive zone to the left of Scanapico, who has had a hell of a game. Fugner wins that one back to Komodowski. He goes behind the net for Smith. Smith's going to have it bounce on him a little bit, but he's going to hold the man there. Another Kings player comes in to help. Fugner goes to help. And puck pushes the opposite way. Kings come away with it. Heads up. Puck goes out to the top or bottom of the circle. Kings know where to go with it, so they're just skating it. They finally get it to the point. Fugner steps up. Shot gets past him, goes behind the net. Zilm picks it up on the sideboards. He's getting hassled the whole way. His pass to Fugner's picked off. Kings grab it. They go D to D in their own zone. His Blues are heavy on the forecheck right now with Zilm. They go behind their own net. Fugner's going to pick this up on the sideboards. He takes a hit, holds the puck there. Zilm takes it away, pushes it towards the net. He takes a bump. Fugner comes in, hits his man. Bauer has the puck, tips it to Fugner. Fugner's going to circle the top. He takes a long shot on net, pad save. Comes out to the sideboards to Bauer. Bauer battles two players. Kings get it around him. And here the Kings come. They're going to put it in deep. Schneider fresh on the ice, tracks down the corner. He reverses behind the net for Smith. Smith goes. He sends it to Bauer. Bauer off the boards. Schneider tips it around, and they're going to call offsides. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off right next to the Kings bench. Schneider, Crowley, Bauer's out. Miniman, Peterson, the defensive pair. Face-off tied up by the centers. Blues win it. Bowers grabs it. He puts it in deep. Crowley goes in on the forecheck. Goalie pushes it into the corner. Schneider on the boards hits his man. Crowley grabs the loose puck. And Crowley comes away with it. Puts it to Ian Bowers. Shot off the goalie's shoulder or head and into the netting behind. A little bit quicker of a shot, and I think he's put the Blues up by 3 there. But we'll take the good shot. So we're going to do it again from the left of the Kings goalie. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front, Miniman, and Peterson, the defensive pair. Schneider wins that faceoff, puts it in deep. Crowley goes for it. Kings send it far side. Peterson puts it in deep. Schneider's going to chase it onto the sideboards, hits his man, turns it over to Bowers. Bowers gives it to Schneider, tips off his skate. Bowers there for it. Schneider goes into battle with him with 2 Kings players. Bowers comes out with it. He's looking for somebody. He puts it to the point, and that's Peterson. Peterson circles, goes to Miniman. Miniman, shot blocked by the skate of a Kings player. He falls, gives the puck to Peterson. Peterson puts it back in deep. Crowley goes in on the forecheck. Kings clear up the boards. They're able to finally clear the zone. Bowers all over him. Heads up. Here come the Kings 3-on-2 as the Blues get back. Shot on net. Good save by Scanapico again. Miniman battles in the corner. Puck goes far side. Crowley comes out, and that puck squirts to the neutral zone as the Blues need a change here. and able to at least start the process. So one-man change. Kings bring it back into the blue zone. They try to go to the center. It bounces off something high. Crowley picks it up, gives it to Giorgio. Giorgio is going to go for a skate. He's got Bowers with him. Bowers grabs it. Long shot, glove save, and then he's going to go for a change as Giorgio grabs it and sends it back to Rubis. Rubis sends it through, and I believe Harris tips it in to put the Blues up by 3. So Harris on a tip in after a shot by Rubis puts the Blues up 4-1 with 9:39 left here in the third period. Blues out shooting the Kings 28-16. Blues finish the line change. Blanchard comes out and joins Giorgio and Harris, who just scored the Blues goal. Rubis and Brooks will continue their defensive shift. Blues throw it far corner. Blanchard on the forecheck disrupts, gives it to Harris. Harris reverses, nobody there. And they throw it far corner. Giorgio on the forecheck knocks his man. And the three Kings player emerge. They take it back behind their own net. They go D to D. They go far side. They connect, and it's a 2-on-2 coming back into the Blues zone. Good back check by Giorgio. Gets a stick on it, steals the puck. And here comes Giorgio around one man. He's got Rubis streaking down the center. Gets it to him. Oh, and it goes right through his skates. Rubis puts it back in deep for Giorgio. He lets it go for Harris. Harris, he's got one man behind the net. He battles. And puck comes to the other defensemen of the Kings, and here they come. They're going to come out the other side. Good pass is deflected off the skate of a Blues player to Brooks. Brooks sends it to Rubis. Rubis tries to go far side for Harris. It tips off his stick and goes the wrong way. And they throw it back on net. Hits the Scanapico's pad. Bounces right out in front. Blues get to it. And he's going to throw it all the way out of the zone for... That was quite the play. Brooks literally threw the puck all the way down the ice and then went for a change. Smart hockey right there. Smith battles on the sideboards with two players in the neutral zone. Boyer comes away with it. He gets it knocked off his stick. Another good play by Malachi Smith breaks up that, and the Kings bring it in offsides. Go, 8:06 left here in the third period. Blues lead 4-1. Out shooting the Kings 28-17. We're going to have a neutral zone face-off across from the Blues bench. Blues finish their line change. Komodowski and Smith are the defensive pair. Spatansky is going to be centering Wessel and Boyer. Face-off won by the Blues. Smith gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski skates it towards the blue line, gives it back to Smith. Smith's going to go for a skate, crosses the red line. He's just going to put it in deep. Kings goalie slows it down behind the net. Spatansky on a heavy forecheck causes them to throw it back to their own corner. Kings able to finally clear. Good pick by Spot on the outlet pass, sends it back into Wessel. Wessel looking for somebody. He goes up the boards to Komodowski. Komodowski, long shot, deflected off a stick. Should have been a high stick, no call. Yeah, Boyer now battles too. Spatansky comes in. The puck squirts out to Wessel. Wessel to Smith. Smith's shot deflects off a King stick and goes up into the rafters. Blues going to send out a fresh defensive pair. Miniman and Peterson come on the ice. Spatansky, Boyer, Wessel will stay. Face-off won by the Kings. They're going to skate it through the neutral zone. Trying to get to the outside. Good back check by Boyer. Breaks up the play. He steals the puck then. He gets it out, and he's got a semi-break. One man, shot and goal by Tyson Boyer. So what an individual effort by Tyson Boyer to break up the play in the defensive zone, chip it around a player, and take it all the way down for a goal. That is Boyer assisted by Boyer and Boyer. 7:07 left here in the third period. Blues go up by 4. Blues change the forward unit. Fugner, Zilm, and Bauer up front now. Face-off won by the Blues. Tip to Miniman. Miniman tips it forward out of the reach of a Blues player. Fugner battles for it inside his own zone. He hits Peterson hits Zilm, and it's a one-on-one coming back. Good back check by the Kings, cause a turnover. Zilm able to battle back to get it, puts it behind the net for Bauer. Bauer shakes off a hit, gets in front of Zilm. Can't get the shot off. Zilm puts it in front, goes right to the Peterson. Peterson's shot goes just wide. Bugner's going to pick up the loose puck on the sideboard. He hits Miniman. Miniman throws it towards the net. That's tipped on net by Zilm. Good save by the Kings goaltender. They're going to kick it all the way out to the point. Another shot on net. Pad save. This one comes out to Peterson again. He's going to throw it back in deep. Blues have to go chase it. Miniman pinches far side. He puts it back deep in the corner. Zilm lets it go for Bauer. Bauer gets a stick knocked out of his hand. Still takes the body, gets the puck to Fugner. He gets tripped up, and Blues are going to go on the power play with 6:12 left here in the third period after a tripping penalty against Fugner. Blues send out Brooks and Rubis is the defensive pair. Schneider, Bowers, and Crowley will be your offensive unit for this power play to start. Blues have really brought some heavy pressure in the third period. Shots are now getting a little more lopsided. It's 30-17 in favor of the Blues. Schneider takes this face off, loses it. Kings grab it and take it behind their own net. They go up the boards. Good hold by Rubis, gives it to Schneider. Schneider gets Bowers. Bowers shot on net, loose puck in front, can't be corralled. Kings come away with it, and they're able to clear the zone. Rubis retrieves it at the red line. He circles. He hits Schneider. Schneider makes a move around one guy, tips it forward for Crowley, and it's going to go just out of his reach and on net, and the goalie's going to hold on to it. So another good scoring opportunity for Bowers. Got a shot on net, got his own rebound. Loose puck in front, nobody can bury it. Face off, push to the corner. Bowers battles there. Schneider's going to help him out. Schneider comes away with it, sends it to Rubis on the point. Rubis looking, circling, sends it to Schneider. Schneider shot off the post, and loose puck by Rubis on net. Loose puck again. Schneider grabs it, shot on again, save, and puck is finally able to be cleared by Kings as Rubis retrieves it. Here comes Brooks. Brooks going to skate it. He takes it across the line. Pulls up again, goes behind the net now, looking for a man. Probably going to hit Rubis, and he does. Rubis has it, back to Brooks. Brooks looking for a man, puts it in front of the net, just wide. Schneider grabs it, sends it back to Rubis. Rubis loses the puck. Schneider steps up, takes that back. He goes far side for Crowley. Crowley tips it down for Bowers. Bowers to Brooks. Brooks drops for Rubis. Rubis circles. Makes a move. He goes to Brooks. Brooks to Schneider. Oh, puck bounces on him, goes over. He gets his man in the corner. Puck is cleared to the zone. Good step by Rubis. Holds it in the zone. Cleared to Brooks. Brooks holds it again. Pass goes to the center that comes out of the zone. And another step up by Brooks. Bowers now has it. Gave it back to Rubis. Rubis shot. Deflects off something and goes into the netting. So lots of pressure there. No conversions on goals. Had a solid post hit, a couple good saves by a Kings goaltender, but couldn't get another one in the back of the net. Blues send out Giorgio, Blanchard, and Harris to end this power play. Smith grabs it off the face-off win, shoots it on net. Paddle save by the Kings goaltender. Komodowski brings it back to his own zone. He hits Harris. Harris tip pass for Giorgio. That gets knocked off his stick. Blues push it back into the Kings zone. Heads up. Here come the Kings with 2-on-2 back into the Blues zone. Good back check by Blanchard and Harris. Puck is knocked off the Kings player's stick by the hit of Komodowski. They put it behind the net. Blanchard grabs the loose puck. His pass is cleared, and then the Kings are going to put it all the way back in their own zone. They're going to have to pick that up. They skate it out from their own zone. Pass up the boards is out of the reach of their wingers. Komodowski circles in his own zone. Got one man on him. He sends it over to Smith out of his reach. Smith, best he can do is step up and just get it out of the zone. Blanchard tips the puck to him. Heads up. Another good stick by a Kings player broke that up. Blanchard goes to the other defenseman, Komodowski. Komodowski back to Smith. Smith hits Giorgio. Giorgio brings it in, and Kings take it again. Smith hits him. Puck is sent back in deep. Blues start the change process as the wingers go. Giorgio is in on the forecheck. He holds the puck on the sideboards. He's getting held a little bit, or he was holding somebody a little bit, one of the two. Puck intercepted by Boyer. Long shot, hits a stick. Boyer almost had another open shot at it. He puts it behind the net. Wessel forechecks far side. Kings come away with it. Spot picks off their exit pass. He just puts it back in deep. Wessel goes in on the forecheck. He hits his man, holds the puck there. Boyer helps him out. Tansey's in front. Kings come away with it, and pass comes out, and 1-on-2 coming back in. He's got speed. Malachi Smith keeps him to the outside, shot right into the midsection of Scanapico. Ref said to play it, even though there was a Kings player right there, and Scanapico declined to listen to him and held on to it. Blues finish the line change. Peterson and Miniman come out to play defense. Spatansky, Wessel, Boyer up front. Face off won by the Kings, back to the point. They go D to D. Shot blocked by the stick of Wessel. Spatansky gets it, puts it back up the boards. Miniman battles. Wessel picks up the loose puck after it got stripped, sends it over to Boyer on a nice pass. Boyer crosses. He's going to just put it on net, blocker to the corner. And puck comes back out. Wessel picks it up. He reverses. Boyer picks it up now on the sideboards. Backhand sauce pass by Boyer connects with Miniman. Miniman gets it knocked off his stick, and the Kings are going to bring it back out now. Heads up. Good step up by Wessel to hold it in the zone as he was covering the point. But here they come. 2-on-1. Good back check by Boyer breaks up that play, and the shot goes over the net. I think Scanapico got a piece of it. Wessel picks up loose puck. He goes up the boards. He gets hit. Puck is bouncing in the air. Spatansky high off the glass, sends it up, and it's going to go all the way out. LA brings it back in. Somebody needs to step up. Peterson does so, goes to the sidewall, then into the corner. 3 men go down. Kings come away with it. Loose puck in front. Great stick by Wessel. Gets it out, and then he's able to push it all the way out of the zone. So good effort shift by Wessel breaks all that up. Blues complete the line change as Bauer's on the ice, and he just took a penalty. Yep, can't do that. So Bauer's going to the box for a cross check. So 55.8 seconds left in this game. Blues lead by 4, 5-1, out shooting the Kings 34-18. Blues go on the penalty kill as Bauer takes a cross-check penalty. Fugner, Zilm will be the penalty killers up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Unusual face-off formation for the Kings there. They had nobody on the far side. Worked because they won. They're going D to D, top of the circle, back to the point. Other circle. Puck kind of bounces, so he has to regroup. Zilm keeps him to the outside. They go down below the line into the front, and they clear the zone for the Blues as it goes all the way down. Goalie settles it. Fugner keeps him honest. They do a stretch pass. It connects. Pass to the center is intercepted by Brooks. He's just going to put it all the way back down, and that's going to be an icing with 21.3 seconds left in this game. Fugner lines up for the draw to the left of Scanapico. Face off, won by the Kings. They take it out to the point. They go D to D. Blues doing a good job with their box. Push that shot to the outside. Blocker saved by Scanapico. That puck's going to go all the way down to the Kings zone. Not far enough for icing. Zilm keeps him honest with the forecheck again. They go far side. Puck falls, and that's going to do it. Blues win 5-1 against the LA Junior Kings here in the final game of the Mission Showcase. Overall, solid weekend of hockey for the boys. They went 2-2, lost one they probably shouldn't have. Played a really competitive game with Dallas yesterday. Unfortunately, went down 6-4 in that one after giving up a late empty netter. But overall, solid weekend of hockey, and happy to get out of here with the 2-2 record against some really great hockey teams. We'll be back next weekend. We've got 2 practice games one against Afton 15U Central States, the other one against Chesterfield's 15U Central States, and then we host the Madison Capitals the weekend after that in St. Louis. So until next weekend, see ya.